Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. This video is coming out a little late because I've been helping with my son's high school project. I am the computer man in this household, and so I have to help with these kind of things. Anything involved in computers, these kids are worthless. They're used to these iPhones and the iPads and all that. They're not used to really working with computers, and I grew up not dealing with computers, but on a computer. I know just enough to be a little deadly. Now, before we get going, my sponsor, Link2, they are continuing their Bitcoin promo. When you buy digital assets on the platform, they're giving you Bitcoin. Depending on how much you buy, in some cases a lot of Bitcoin, into your Linked Uphold account. It says we're extending the Bitcoin promo above for another 24 hours. We are also adding space perspective, deal, and glint Saturday morning. So until tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific time, when you buy certain digital assets on the platform, you'll get Bitcoin dropped into your Uphold wallet. I don't know if they drop it that second or they drop it out later on, but you'll get it. Okay, now, folks, I don't say this often, but every once in a while, I find out something where we put it into the cheap seats. We knock it out of the park in the bottom of the ninth, grand slam in the World Series, New York Yankees, you get the picture, or Atlanta Braves, maybe that's better to say. But what I'm about to drop, to me, it shocked me. I literally got on the phone with Brad Combs, and it shocked him. And I'm going to shock some of you today. I can promise you that. So let's cover a few things, then we'll get into it. XRP Game Changer, AMM, the automated market maker, is set to go live on March 22nd, achieving 29 of 35 votes. Passive income is coming to XRP. Can't not like that, folks. Here's Kathy Wood talking about the $1 million Bitcoin price target. Okay, check it out.
Your price target for Bitcoin is bull case north of $1 million US. So if you had that bull case for more than 1 million USD Bitcoin, has your forecast time?
By the way, if the video happens to stop and you don't hear me all of a sudden, it's because while I'm doing this video, I'm watching my son play baseball at the same time. Not at the game, I'm watching it online. And so I just wanted to let you know that.
To reach that price now shortened?
Yes, that target, what we evolved in, it was before the SEC gave us the green light. And I think that was a major milestone, and it has pulled forward the timeline. One thing I will say, right now, no wirehouse, so whether we're talking about Morgan Stanley or Merrill Lynch, B of A, or UBS or Wells Fargo, no platform has approved Bitcoin yet. So all of this price action has happened before they approved it. And so, we haven't even begun.
So what's your timeline for 1 million USD Bitcoin now? And is there perhaps a price target beyond that now?
Yes, our target is above that. We've got a 2030 target. So it's well above that. And with our new expectations for institutional involvement, the incremental price that we assume for institutions actually has more than doubled. So, I don't want to give out any particular prices, but because we don't know how quickly The more independent registered investment advisors in the United States, those platforms are saying, give us 3 months to do our due diligence. The others are saying we need at least 6 months. So, I would put those in the institutional bucket as well.
But in your view, Kathy, all of the factors are moving the price of this in an upwards trajectory.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Now, then this clip was going around. CFTC's Global Markets Advisory Committee, GMAC, unleashes game-changing recommendations, spearheading digital asset revolution, turbocharging U.S. Treasury markets. Listen to this, folks.
Is there a motion from the committee to adopt this recommendation and submit the recommendations to the commission?
Yes, I'd like to move it.
We've got a motion. Do we have a second?
Happy to second.
Thank you. It has been moved and it has been seconded. Are there any additional questions or comments before we move on to vote? All right, the motion is on the floor. The motion on the floor is for the GMAC to adopt the Digital Asset Markets Subcommittee's recommendation and submit it to the Commission for consideration. A simple majority vote is necessary for the motion to pass. And with that, I will turn it over to the DFO to conduct a vote.
Thank you, Chair Hong. Committee members in agreement, please raise your hand and say aye.
Did we freeze up or no? They're voting.
All right, those who are virtual, please put your hands down. That would help. Thank you. All right, in disagreement, please raise your hands and say nay. All right, and abstentions. All right, Chair Hong, the ayes have the votes.
Great, thank you. The ayes have it and the motion carries. The Digital Asset Markets Subcommittee's recommendation regarding digital asset taxonomy has been adopted by the GMAC and will be submitted to the Commission for consideration. Thank you very much for the recommendation and all of the work that went into it. Really appreciate it. Is there?
Okay, so then there was this from Ripple. They had these are not new hires. These are people they've just promoted. John Billich, Chief Financial Officer, Marielle Kelly, SVP People and Places, and then we've got Brad Garlinghouse tweeted out that he was sorry, I was turning and watching. My son's not batting yet, but anyway. John and this is from Brad Garlinghouse. John and Mariel haven't just had a profound impact during their tenures at Ripple. They both raised the bar on what it means to be a Rippler. Very proud to now have them in our executive team. Oh no, our leadoff batter struck out. That's not good. Okay, now I wasn't looking for ETHgate stuff, but if you remember yesterday, the chairman of the CFTC, Rostin Benham, said that he was, or yesterday or the day before, said he has been talking to SEC Chairman Gary Gensler, and what I believe they're doing is they can't sue the Ethereum guys because there's too much fraud and corruption that will be uncovered, and it ties in the agencies, and so they can't go there. And I've said this before, ETHgate was not just the SEC. The CFTC was also meeting with the Ethereum founders. Here's a clip. I just happened to bump into this morning. I don't know if I ever found this one before. It's from October 10th, 2018. Andrew Keys, who at the time was with Consensus, and he's bragging about how they've been talking to the SEC and the CFTC and about how they've created a token foundry. So I asked Gary Gensler, Rostin Benham, the CFTC chair, Hester Pierce, can any of you explain what Andrew Keys from Consensus was talking about here on October 10th, 2018? And what is a token foundry? Then I said, Senator Warren, why don't you ever bring up Ethereum, Bill Hinman, or Jay Clayton in your crypto attacks? That's something you can legitimately attack.
A lot of questions from people in the space on Token Foundry. The other spoke that you guys mentioned within Consensus Capital. In my opinion, it's a huge deal. So Token Foundry is for purchasing vetted tokens. Civil's gotten a lot of press recently on being, the decentralized journalism platform. What are you seeing through Token Foundry that we wouldn't be aware of? Is there huge demand at Token Foundry? How's it going over there?
So before I dive into Token Foundry, I think it would be wise to speak about an open source project named the Brooklyn Project that talks about kind of the regulatory aspects of these technologies. So the Brooklyn Project has sought out to create a consumer best practices revolving tokens, and has sought out regulators like the SEC and the CFTC, and has also formed kind of an educational branch to help with policy and just really understanding what these digital tokens are. Broadly speaking, there have been a taxonomy of tokens that have been created, primarily a payment system token, something like Bitcoin, a consumer utility token, so a token that one would use similar to a legacy, today's internet, a software license, and what we would consider to be a security token. So something that looks, feels, smells like equity. People at the SEC really starting to define what these tokens are and recognizing that all tokens are not created equal. We really bifurcate the world in our mind into these two buckets, these consumer utility tokens and these security equity tokens. And Token Foundry is focused on consumer utility tokens.
Token Foundry, the Ethereum gang literally had a Token Foundry in 2018. SEC approved Token Foundry, but nobody will talk about it. And that's how you know it's true. If we've learned anything, we've learned this. Now, here's Larry Fink. I don't know if this is a new clip or an old clip, but it was going around this morning where he's talking about how Bitcoin could be a long-term store of value. I'm going to tell you, just sit back and wait, because what I'm about to blow up is really, really fascinating. And I'm going to keep buying XRP until I will continue buying until it hits $1, because once I believe this time when it passes $1, I don't believe that we're ever going to see it again.
That there's a lot of merit to it. There's a lot of opportunity. It is a great store, and this is where you can debate. Is it a good store?
But you know how it's made. A bunch of computers figure out.
But the issue is if people believe that it can be an asset that can be cross-border. Right. And let's be clear, if you're in a country where you're fearful of your government, and maybe this is one of the reasons why China has banned it. Mm-hmm. If you're in a government where if you're in a country where you're fearful of your future, fearful of your government, or you're frightened that your government is devaluing its currency by too much deficits.
Like us.
I'm not going to go there.
The little elephant in the room here.
Yeah. You could say this is a great potential long-term store of value. And as I said, it's like digital gold. And I believe...
But you still can't buy a slice of pizza with it. Isn't that kind of odd that we're...
But you can't buy a price of pizza with palladium or gold.
No, but there you can do stuff with them. I can get stuff with... I mean, people use gold for stuff, right?
But you could buy and sell your Bitcoin, no different than gold. So it is very...
What is it? But gold is put in, like...
Jewelry.
And iPhones, I think there's in some electronics, there's gold.
More silver and nickel.
But you see what I'm saying? There are practical uses. Bitcoin, it's literally a ledger. Right?
It is a ledger, but it's an international ledger. It's cross-border. It's bigger than any government.
I agree with you. It would have blown up, I believe, in FTX, and it didn't after FTX.
Okay. Charles Gasparino, by the way, still does not get it. Folks, here we go now. I've been in social media for over 5 years now, and not one time, every single time that they're trying to censor something, it ends up being true. Every time they call something a conspiracy like ETHgate that they won't talk about, it turns out being true. What I'm about to show you folks, this is why I tweeted this morning. What is the most controversial thing that has been talked about in the XRP community army, whatever you want to call the most controversial thing besides Bearable Guy and the cartoon thing? And I never really covered all that stuff, but I was always fascinated by the COMEX Rule 589. It's one of the most hot topics that there is. And what I'm telling you, and I'm about to show in DAIXRP.com, a couple of things. I'm about to show you what is it this morning I discovered that they are censoring about COMEX 589 around this topic. I found something that they're censoring. They're not just censoring it; they're censoring it on Elon Musk X right now. And if there ever were a tell that we've been right about all of this, if there was ever a tell, I'm about to show it in DAIXRP.com. Not only that, but I was so stunned by what I saw. I picked up the phone. I called Brad Combs because Brad Combs is doing XRP Las Vegas. He is having Lynette Zhang on stage at XRP Las Vegas. Well, while I'm on the phone with him, part of what I'm going to show you involves gold and Andy Shackman, who is Miles Franklin Gold, is one of my sponsors, by the way. The code's DAI Gold if you want to go get some gold. And you may want some gold. If you're in the group and you see this, what I'm about to show inside of DAIXRP.com, there's nobody that hears this and they're not gonna, this picture's not gonna be completed in your mind. Gold, XRP, and why the Bitcoin ETF? What did they need it for? What is the big picture of what's really going on? And what I'm telling you, I'm not saying that Bearable Guy is now validated. That's not what my point is. I'm saying that COMEX 589 has everything to do with what's coming. And there's a bigger thing going on here. This is not about cartoon monkeys and cartoon NFTs and all this business. This is about world reserve currency stuff. This is about the changing of of who has the world reserve currency. XRP is at the dead center of all of this stuff. When you see what I'm going to show you, it's so important to know what they're now censoring, because we're now on the conveyor belt to this changeover. And I believe that that's why they're censoring it. And I'm going to show you not one time that they censored it, not 2 times, but 3 times. And they did it with XRP community stuff, and it's censored as I sit here, as I'm talking. Okay, now, let me finish my thought here. So on XRP Las Vegas, Brad told me in this phone conversation that now Andy Shackman, as of like yesterday, Andy Shackman's coming too. And I told Brad, I said, so what you need to do is you need to get the 2 gold people and Christian Carlo, who was the chairman of the CFTC. You get these people on stage, and then you get somebody to talk to them about XRP, gold, and COMEX Rule 589. That is what they're going to do. You need to look, 2 things that you need today. Get your ticket, because it's going to sell out. I talked to Brad this morning about it, and the ticket sales are like ramping up. Now, you need to go get your ticket if for no other reason than 2 things. Because of this COMEX 589 gold discussion that's going to take place, and Brad promised me that he would make sure that topic was something that they covered on stage. Then the other thing is the XRP Unleashed. I've heard rumors that it may not just be a trailer. They may play the first few minutes of the movie, which is supposed to be like mouth wide open. Oh my gosh, that is what's going to happen. Okay, so now I'm going to go in to daixrp.com and we're going to show you. I'm going to show you what's being censored. Then I was able to find one video clip that they haven't, the exact clip that they haven't censored yet. They will censor it, but I want you to hear it, and the people in the group, you're going to get to hear it. And by the way, people in the group, if you haven't yet, and you decide you're going to want to go to the XRP Las Vegas conference because of this, or just it's not just because of this. There's going to be all kinds of wild stuff going on. It's going to be fun, but when you do, I've got the coupon for the discount in the group too, and it's at the top of the page. It's pinned to the top of the page so that you can get your discount. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please, I forgot to tell you, I couldn't remember if I told you. So they're going to get Lynette Zhang, who's also a gold person, and Andy Shackman on the stage. So you got two gold people. Maybe I said it. I'm going crazy here. Let me do that again. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. You're out of your mind if you're in the XRP community and you're not going to XRP Las Vegas, because it is going to be awesome. Okay, here we go.